The name of my article this week is Critical Cybersecurity Infrastructure. How can countries protect themselves against cyber attacks? Cyber attacks on infrastructure such as power grids or communication systems can have a huge effect on the entire society. Current war in Ukraine demonstrates how powerful a weapon it can be. See, traditionally, military conflicts have been fought using bombs and aircraft, things like that. But as we're beginning to see, more and more are being fought using cyber attacks. And the infrastructure of a nation is very critical. Nation states use these attacks to demoralize the country's population and promote propaganda. The article describes how, with technological advances, infrastructures are now connected via satellites. Should those satellites or terminals go out, the attackers will have denied the use of that service. This particular article describes several ways to fight against or defend against those attacks. It suggested upgrading the infrastructure of the IT and using data centers outside of the area to store or back up critical information. What's really interesting is that the security implications can be detrimental to populations and especially reputations. It shows us the multiple areas within the IT infrastructure and just how vulnerable it can be to protect against them. There are many areas to defend against: satellites, ground systems, etc., that require a team of professionals to monitor and protect the assets. I found this article very interesting because it shows how attacks are moving toward a more technological attack rather than the traditional artillery attack. The article details an attack specifically in Germany that had occurred, and it does bear to note that the Germans still do not know exactly how this particular attack was carried out. What's interesting is the Germans refused to pay the ransom, and therefore their ransomed or stolen information was released on the dark web. Their refusal cost them 1 year and between $1 to $5 million, whereas the attackers were asking, only $500,000. The Germans had planned to upgrade their IT infrastructure, only didn't happen quick enough. The problem the Germans could not agree upon was if they had paid, what's to say the attackers had not hidden some sort of back door and they would do it all over again. The article shows the results of an attack to local infrastructure and the impacts it can have on the public. While the infrastructure can be repaired, reputations and the trust of the public are harder to resolve. The attackers win without ever dropping a single bomb.